Yo. Wait, I barely see chat. I'm changing my chat GPT thing. Okay, what does the title say? Something about Taylor Reid. This is what I wanted to talk about. It's going to be probably very short. Like, my shortest videos are like 3 minutes or something like that. I don't think I have much more to say about this than those 3 minutes. But I don't know, I will try to say it in English. Maybe I think this is a video that I should make in Spanish, but I don't know. I wanted to talk about the thing just to say it on stream and to have it recorded on stream. And maybe if I use it in the future or something, then I have it. And yeah, I'm waiting because ChatGPT is pretty slow. And this is supposed to be the fast model too. But yeah, I'm changing the okay. Let's do it again. Can you roast my Hire Me page? Okay, it doesn't seem to be very good, to be honest, with the new instructions. I don't know. I feel like I am saying the same thing, like it's saying the same things, and I'm going to be talking about the same things. So, okay, this is what I wanted to talk about Taylor related. So, in this video, I was watching this video yesterday, and it's a talk, and yeah, she's some kind of Spanish writer, philosopher, and politician or something, and she was talking about, I forgot the context exactly, kind of, I don't know. Okay. Well, maybe I can just.
El libro quizás cada vez más, ¿no? No sé cómo seguir escribiendo, pero sí he notado que el libro empezó como muy analítico, ¿no? De, bueno, pues voy a coger lo de Mark Fisher, lo de Jameson, lo de Marx, y he acabado
Yeah, something like that.
Pasivamente un contenido, sino que el lector pone activamente.
Yeah, they're talking about like Marcel Proust or something like that, and how he says that the reader works with the author while reading it, right? That is kind of the vibe of how reading works, and how, yeah, kind of the classic, the work is like the artist makes it, but the reader interprets it or whatever. And yeah, then it's kind of the role of the author is something like creating the public of creating your audience, right? That is kind of the role of the author. If the role of the reader is kind of also creating the thing by the way you read it, the role of the author in a way is creating this kind of new thing. And they use the example of Beethoven. And Beethoven, there is kind of this quote from this author that says that Beethoven created the audience for Beethoven's quartets or whatever, right? He created this kind of new audience for this thing that wasn't there before. And it made me think of Taylor Swift, because in this same video she talks about Taylor Swift or something, and she says something like, don't make Taylor Swift your personality or something. Like that is kind of her advice to her students in class or something like that. And I was like, interesting. And then she says this, right? And I was like, actually, Taylor Swift has basically changed the game so much. Not musically, like musically, her songs are like pretty normal. And I like the songwriting and all that, but she's not like mega innovative or something like that. But the way she has changed the game has been in this kind of Eras tour thing, right? I remember back in between 2015 and 2017, after 1989 the album and before Reputation, how TS6, right, the sixth album of Taylor Swift, was kind of this event, right, this kind of new era, and the audience was already talking about this Eras thing often, right? And it was not exclusive to just the people who were fans of Taylor Swift, right? I remember kind of Katy Perry's album also being like talked as KP something, or like Lana Del Rey's being like LDR something, like the number of the album. And people talking about that in that way for several artists. But maybe it's because I was biased because I was a fan of Taylor Swift basically. But I think that even taking that outside of account, right? Even not considering that, it was like a much bigger phenomenon within the Taylor Swift fandom, like this kind of division in eras and kind of assigning eras as albums, because Taylor, really changed her image and really did kind of, you could see the purpose in how she perceives albums and how her album release periods were, in that she would kind of change the whole vibe of the press, of the merch, or of everything related to the music. She would change the vibe. She would change her hairstyle also. It would be very deliberate on her part in that sense. And the audience kind of took that and named it as eras, and using these kind of codes, TS6, TS7, all of those like acronyms, in anticipation of what's coming, right? And then she took it back again and literally took the era thing and made it hers, right? It was like already everyone in the audience, right? Every Swiftie already used the eras terminology. We already said Red era, Speak Now era. We already said that. But she made it big, right? That is the thing. And she also used TS6, those kind of acronyms and all those things. She was, to my knowledge, the first one in using those and referencing those in videos. Right? For example, in the look what you made me do music video, there is a TS6 graffiti in the background, right? Using these kind of Easter eggs, acknowledging the audience. And I think she created this kind of era, this kind of public for eras. In the same way that Beethoven created this same public for Beethoven quartets, Taylor has created this kind of enjoyment of eras, this kind of, both the secret messages thing, she also created that, but in that environment was where she created this kind of eras thing, and this eras tour is her culmination of kind of all that work, all that back and forth with her fans. And I think that is kind of what is missing from that small nuance, that kind of, I don't know. I think that people don't get it. I think that when I read some kind of newspaper and it talks about Taylor Swift, no one gets it right. Well, maybe I just don't know, but I have never heard of any era, etc. Do you mean like in the artists that you listen to? I mean, if you haven't heard of Taylor Swift's eras now, I mean, it's just because you don't literally look at the big ass sign that says Taylor Swift Eras Tour, because it's literally like, but before, I meant before, right? Maybe in the music that you listen to, eras are not as common, right? I don't know. For example, did the Beatles have eras? But I think, for example, now, if we talk about this kind of eras thing, in the same way that we talk about, for example, Taylor Swift's eras, it would be kind of like retroactively trying to look for things, right? It's like when Vsauce made this video of selfies, like who made the first selfies? It's like there is a point to be made that the first selfie was this guy in 1887 with this kind of huge ass camera that took a selfie and that took a picture of himself through a mirror, right? That guy took the first selfie. But there is also a point to be made that the first person who took a selfie has to be the person who called it a selfie, right? The person who used it in this kind of social media way. That is kind of the first selfie in a way. So, I don't know. Maybe stuff I heard. I don't know. I don't know if to look it, but like I am currently listening to Alt J a lot, and I wouldn't put any eras there. Yeah, I mean in Alt J. I don't know who Alt J is, but does Alt J have eras? I don't mean like you personally. I mean like Alt J, right? Alt J as an artist, does he have eras, for example, or her or them? English. See, Wikipedia does this, right? So maybe these are like Alt J's eras, but maybe they probably are not some kind of super different eras, right? I don't know. I feel like when talking about eras, it's like it's not like she didn't invent eras, right? She didn't invent the concept of an era in a musical sense, or in this kind of musical trajectory sense. But she kind of reified it and made it a thing much more than anyone else. So, like, for example, Disney artists have always tried to do this image change, right? When they start making music when they are young and then they go more adult, right? They do this kind of era change. They change from their Disney era to their adult era. Miley Cyrus did this like 7 times probably, or like something. Her country music kind of era, then maybe a more pop era, but still in the Disney thing. Then she kind of did the adult thing and tried to be a little more like sexualized or whatever. Then, and with the short hair, then a different era, then her, yeah. Miley Cyrus, for example, also has her eras and all that. But Taylor is the one who kind of made it explicitly like so, and who acknowledged first within the fandom, and then like as Easter eggs, and then she actually made this kind of huge display of actually putting it out there that had people wondering. I feel like they do have a little bit of a different vibe here and there, but it's just because of it's a different album. I don't know, but don't think I would notice any era in musical. It's just, do I like it or not? I could be wrong, but it's what it's in my mind right now. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think. Well, I could be wrong. Like no, it's like if you don't notice it, like if you don't notice it, it's like you don't notice it, right? That is true, I guess, right? You don't notice it, period, right? Yeah, I get what you mean. That maybe Alt J, for example, they say that they have, or like maybe they say they have eras, but you like just listen to the songs, right? So you have not read interviews or whatever, and you're like, I don't know, I like the song, I don't like the song, I don't care if they have eras or not. Yeah, I mean, I get that. That's what you mean. I mean, maybe, right? Yeah, I wonder about that. Yeah, I think it is very much a fandom phenomenon, right? Like fan people, are fans are the people who care about eras, right? Maybe not, right? I don't know. Yeah, for example, with Lana Del Rey, I like Lana Del Rey a lot, but she doesn't seem so explicit, for example, about the eras and the fandom. Like there are different albums and all this, and yeah, you could say that each album has a different vibe or so. There may be even like distinct vibes, but yeah, it's not that explicit, right? So for example, I consider myself a Lana fan, and I went to the honeymoon tour, right? I think that when you tour, if you're an artist and you tour, the eras are kind of when you tour, right? They are divided between the tour and the next thing, right? So those are kind of the eras, because it's more rare to do this kind of touring the same album twice, maybe. It's like you tour it twice, for example, Europe tour, then USA tour, or something like that. But you don't do that World Tour 1, then you do World Tour 2, and you tour both albums twice without releasing anything in the middle, right? I think that cycle is very defined for everyone, not just Taylor Swift. She didn't invent touring and then that, right? But I feel like she put so much more power in these eras lately, right? Like these eras has culminated in this celebration of all past events like that, and she had been building up to it, versus for example regular artists who kind of tour albums, but it's like it is kind of a given that they will play the greatest hits because that's what artists do, right? And that there are some that maybe some super like in their head, and maybe they are like focused and they are like, no, we don't play greatest hits, we are doing this albums tour. Some artists are like that. Can you show me like 2 songs where you would say this is one era, this is another one? I mean, yes. Like if I go Taylor Swift, I could probably... Wealth. Yeah, see, here it puts them together. But actually, they are... These are put together in the Wikipedia article, and they are probably like the most distinct eras. For example, Fearless and Speak Now, they are Taylor's... The first album is a one era. This is called like the first album, first era. Fearless, second album, second era. Speak Now, third album, third era. So, for example, in Speak Now and Red, those are like the most distinct separations in eras. For example, she was playing this on tour. She had like this kind of curly hair, more or less. The songs were pretty country. And then in Red album, 2 years later, she changed eras. She had now this kind of straight hair, more or less. And she introduced this kind of Brit rock, dubstep, and pop, dance pop. She put those styles there. So it was kind of a big change within her career, right? Then 1989, it was her first official pop album, all of those things. So each step is kind of a different era in that sense, and it's very distinct. And as examples for songs, the singles, for example, the first single, Mine, and then listen to the first single, Mine. I won't play it because it gets copyrighted. And then listen to the first single, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, for example. This is very poppy. Or even I Knew You Were Trouble. I Knew You Were Trouble is very different. Yeah. Swift has reinvented her musical identity with each album's release, earning description as a musical chameleon from Time and the BBC. Swift's country music identity received contrarian commentary. Critics argued that country blah 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 blah, and accused her of constant mainstream country music to stray from its roots. Yeah, this is also true. Ever since like for her second and third albums, it's like she is not real country or something like that. She has been called not real country. I wasn't there live to see it, but so it's general shift in this case and a new style. Okay, I think I get what you mean, but I never noticed for any artist I listen to. Well, maybe it would suit if you see it as a different era, the music he made alone and the music he now makes with his band. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, with people who are in bands is different, I guess, because it's not like a single trajectory of a person or something like that, right? And it's not as deliberate, you could say. Or maybe it is deliberate, but the communication to someone else changes a lot. For example, Caroline Polachek is similar. Caroline Polachek could also have eras or something like this, but she's had like several artists' names before, right? And she's been part of several groups also, and duos and all kind of thing. That kind of thing. I don't know. That's what I wanted to say. Whoa. Emily Dickinson. Emily Dickinson is fire. I like Emily Dickinson now because she locked herself in her room and wrote poetry. I respect that. Damn. It has a lot of sources, this article. 366, 365, 372, 375, 376, 381, 382. Taylor Swift Productions. 444, boom, boom, 47, 45. Double the carbon credits. Lol. Quietly downsizes for private jets. Cultural impact. The Taylor Swift effect. Public image of Taylor Swift. Bro, that's crazy. I like this style of reporting. Media outlets describe Swift as a savvy businesswoman, and then they put a couple of links. Political impact of Taylor Swift. Bro, that's insane. Lol. Her house literally has a Wikipedia page. Yeah. The Holiday House. It's because it was from Rebecca Harness. She has a song. Yeah, here. That's insane. $20 million. Dumb. Another house with Wikipedia page. That's crazy. Most innovative companies. Taylor Swift Productions. Lol. Doesn't it have like an employees section? Can't I apply? I feel like artists sound better when they stay true to themselves and don't write music for the sake of it. Yeah, I think her latest albums, Taylor's latest albums, have hit different because of that, I think. Not because she's making them for the sake of making them, necessarily. But I don't know, maybe there is a certain vibe like that. Bro, what? Most followed Instagram accounts, most followed Twitter accounts, most subscribed YouTube channels. Crazy Wikipedia page, to be honest. $599. Cited literature. The new sexuality studies. $467. America's sweetheart for her next girl door persona. LOL. Interesting Wikipedia article, very complete, to be honest. I like it. Featured article, semi-protected. Vast fan base. Swifties. Gaylor. Parasocial interactions. Generation and appeal of Taylor Swift. There are so many articles on Taylor Swift. Cultural impact of Taylor Swift. Friendship bracelets. Taylor Sheesh. Consumerist phenomenon. Okay, here the thing Eras is talked about. Wait. Lore and community. Swift is known for her album rollouts and promotional concepts often referred to as eras. Each era is characterized by an aesthetic idea, color palette, mode, and fashion style. As such, Swift has reinvented her image and style throughout her career, which Ashley Lutz of Fortune felt aided in broadening her fan base. Today, senior editor Elena Nicolau reported on how Swifties, who are mostly millennials, have incorporated Swiftie cultures into their weddings and other events. Okay, this is a good paragraph. Okay, maybe I can take this. Lore and community. Copiar. And paste here. I don't know where,
lo de Mars.
but I saw a clip of a girl getting tickets to a Twitter Swift concert, and she is like, "Whoa, I'm not a big fan." Lol. Those are wasted tickets. Okay. The scarf mentioned in All Too Well has been a topic of mythology. Oh, so funny. according to media outlets, the scarf mentioned, blah blah, blah. And it links Maggie Gyllenhaal here. It's so funny. I watched a movie recently with yes, adaptation. She's in adaptation. Mona Lisa Smile, Kaufman movies. The Dark Knight. Okay, that's the movie I know her from. Yes. But yes, she was also familiar because of adaptation, I think. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Whoa, that looks like a good film. $25 million. Wellesley. Okay, I'm going to download these movies, I think. I'd love to go to another concert or something similar, just listen live to music, but I'm not a big fan of the huge crowds and stuff. Yeah, actually, I'm not a fan of huge crowds either, which for the Taylor Swift concert is going to be pretty bad. But, oh well. I don't like the crowds aspect of it, but something about 80,000 people being together for the same thing is kind of interesting as a concept. So yeah, I will try to think of that when I'm getting annoyed by all the people fucking screaming and all this. I think I'm not used to the loudness of it all, because I've read that people are like wearing ear protection, right? Like ear plugs and all that shit, so they don't hear the fan noise as much because they are like super loud. And yeah, we'll see. Okay, I'm going to download these two movies. Okay, the other one was called Mona Lisa or something. Okay, what? How long is this? 113. 113 minutes. Mona Lisa Smile. 2003. How long is it? 119 minutes. Maggie Gyllenhaal. Writing and directing debut. Okay, now I'm going to download them in this second monitor. Proxy. Man, only 720p. I have a ton of movies that I haven't watched yet. Maybe I should add those to my list of to the list of my web page. And the other one was Confessions of a Teenager's Mind. I have a lot of games in my library that I haven't played. Yeah, same, to be honest. I just play PUBG with my friends. Don't really play anything else. Sometimes GTA. And I have a ton of stuff. It'd be interesting, something like that, right? Wouldn't it be interesting? It would be cool if this new AI shit could be used to remind you of what you already have. All the movies I have downloaded, the albums that but haven't watched, games in my Steam library I haven't played, books I haven't read. If AI is so smart, why can't it mend shit I already have? Today I read, think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life, now take what's left and live it properly. Marcus Aurelius. And I don't know, but I think he has a point. I like that. Then, but I don't find it true then. That's my problem with stoicism and all that kind of shit. Because it's false, right? I am not dead. I am not new. I am still in my old life, right? That's why I like this kind of AI shit or whatever, right? Because it gives you the kind of the feeling that maybe it will do something with it, right? It will do something with the past. You don't need to kill your past. You need, maybe you can say it, look at it as it is. Maybe you can start looking at it, right? Instead of looking at it like face it in red on, facing all of the books that I have here and read, all of the movies, all of the things that I wanted to do, all of my open tabs. Instead of facing it all at once, I have just a little text box. And the text box tells me, oh, okay, I know about all that. How about this? Right? Something like that. That knows where I came from and all that shit. I don't know. I do like the liberation, the kind of sense of liberation that you feel with that phrase, with the think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. I like that. I like the kind of sense of projecting you to the future, right? Yeah, I get what you mean. I also can't just change how I live just because I read that. but I did think that you would also think similar to me while reading this. Yeah. I think we think similar in that sense. I don't know, maybe instead of instead of doing worksheet this week or something like that, I will just be building lists next week and all that. Maybe today I will start with the movies list. And I will open Deliug. I think I didn't end up watching Kung Fu Panda 3. Did I? Have I watched more movies in this period of time? It's May already, right? May 7th, Punch Drunk Love, 2007. John Wick. I have watched all of the John Wick movies almost. I've watched John Wick 1, 2, and 3. Still haven't watched 4, but Kung Fu Panda. I made a video about Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2, but not 3. I think I didn't watch 3. Okay, May 14th. John Wick. Have I watched 3 Parabellum? Yes, I have. How did that end? I forgot. I think I didn't watch 4 because 3 was not to my taste, let's say. Not to my taste, but I don't know. I didn't find it that interesting. Sorry. Okay, I remember. It was about mafia or something. Watched John Wick 2 and 3 the following 2 days, if I recall correctly. Okay. Look, recommendations. I have a lot of things here though, like La Femme Nikita, Risky Business, Killers of the Flower Moon. Downfall. And so the thing is that I don't remember those. Downfall. See? Killers of the Flower Moon was because of an Oscar, I think. Casino 1995. Yeah, these are because of a Reddit post, I think. I have a ton of movies, to be honest. I think it would be cool if, like, the internet went out worldwide. Then I would have only my hard drive to entertain myself or something like that. And I would have to watch these movies. I couldn't stream, but... Okay, I think I'm closing stream for today. Tomorrow, I will probably either build lists or maybe it depends on how am I feeling. If I'm feeling procrastinating and I don't want to think about work or something like that, I will do something like like building lists for things. Control journal 2024. I have my teeth removal tomorrow with Truesbury. 0528. Hope it goes well as well. Is it on the morning or like, around this time maybe? If you're not here, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe it doesn't change anything. Maybe it does. I don't know. Maybe building list. I don't know. I don't know what I like. I think when I'm talking job things, I don't know. 9:45. So for me, really, for me too. Okay. So hope to see you tomorrow. Maybe if you are like too hurt and you can't leave bed or something, maybe not. But hope it goes well. I think they hurt a lot, but it depends on how many teeth. If it's like 2 or something like that, it's not that bad, I've heard. So Bye. I'm closing.